Hello dear students, welcome to the lecture 2 of Introduction to Programming with C# course. Today we are going to start programming our first software. We are going to use Microsoft Visual Studio. Last week I have told you to install it and shown how to install it. So let's find our software here. I am going to need to taskbar and start. So I'm going to click from start. So this is the first interface of Visual Studio. We are going to create a new project. Okay, from here you see there are a lot of templates. I am going to use .NET Core console application at the beginning. There is .NET Core and .NET Framework. Let me show you. So these two are different. How different? You see console app .NET Framework is C#, Windows, and console. However, .NET Core console is C#, Linux, macOS, Windows, and console. So if you use the latest framework of Microsoft .NET platform, it is Core and it supports macOS and Linux as well for console applications. Okay, I am going to select next and I am going to select the directory where I want it. I am going to put it into our Introduction to Programming, and let's create here lecture code or just lectures, and I'm going to name this as lecture 1. Okay, so the main interface is opened. We are using an IDE, which was integrated development environment. We are using Microsoft Visual Studio as an IDE, and IDE makes our job much simpler and easier to develop software, to write code. Okay, so we will start from the 0 point, and let's just run it. To run the project, currently this is a project that will work. I can click this button or I can click start debugging button. I'm going to click start debugging button. It is the same. This button is runs the application in debug mode with any CPU. Okay, so you see the console has opened and it writes hello world. This part is auto-generated. So this is the part we have printed on the console screen, and I'm going to press a key. Okay, so there is a namespace, system, class, static void, and console write line. This is our whole software. We will see each one of them by the time. So right now, this main method is where our application starts with. Okay, so let's start with console write line command. In C#, the syntax is everything is written inside classes. Okay, so this is the method, and this method is written inside this class. And what is above class? There can be another class or namespace. And you see everything is encapsulated with curly brackets. Do you see this? Curly brackets. It starts and it ends. It starts and it ends. It starts and it ends. Always a curly bracket has to be start and end. It is same for parentheses as well. If a parenthesis is starting, it ends. If a square bracket starts, it ends. Okay, so parentheses, curly brackets, and square brackets are all special characters, and strings, this double quote, also special character. So you have to be careful with them. Let's see C# special character list. Okay, list. Let's type like this. So this may be the best page. Okay, so which characters are special characters? Okay, there is not a list. Maybe keywords, operators, maybe. Okay, so there are special keywords: abstract, break, char, byte. You see, these are the special keywords. When you type these, they mean something. For example, let's say there is a static word in this page. When you type static, it means the initialization type of the method or class or object. If there is void, it means the return type of the method. You can see the void in this page as well. So all of these are special keywords that are used in C#, and each word means something. Okay, so you see now I have a horizontal cursor bar. I don't want to see that. I want to see the entire line in a string, in a single line. How do I do that? I go to the view properties window, or not that, tools options, and there is text or text editor, perhaps, yes. There is all languages and there is word wrap. When I select that, you see now this line has become a single line. It makes our job easier to read entire lines. So this is the special keyword list. You see I have put double of this character in front of it. This means that make this line as a command. So this line is not executed when the software runs. So you see it has become green, and so this is a command line. There are alternative ways of commenting. When I select this and okay, there's command selection. When I click this, it comments that line. Alternatively, you can do this like this, and this can be a multi-line command. This is multi-line command, and I am going to are operators. So the operators are these characters are our operators: plus, 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 and star, percent. Okay, so you can see all expressions about operators. These are the basic operators. We will see all of these by the time. I'm going to compose a single line command. You see, when I type like this, software shows an error. It says there is no such special keyword as operators. So whatever you type has to be either a special keyword or either to be a string. Okay, you can't just type letters without string encapsulation. So I'm going to make this a single line command. When I click this, it becomes a single line command. I'm going to take some notes. Okay, let's continue. And these special characters, there are two special characters in strings, which are @ and $. We will see them as well. I'm going to add it to our command. 1 second, guys, my girl. Okay, so special characters, I will show you what they mean as well. And there are two special characters of in string, @ and $. value. Okay, and what else there are? Okay, so far this is enough. We will see as we continue to the lessons. So I have made commands. You can select them, copy them, and like here, or even it shows open URL, even it is a command, and check as your home. Okay, and so as I said, everything is written inside curly brackets. So this is a method. What are methods? Let's look for some formal definition. This is Turkish. I'm going to make it English. 1 second. Okay, methods. Let's read the formal definition of method in official document.
A method is a code block that contains a series of statements. A program causes the statements to be executed by calling the method and specifying any required method arguments. In C#, every executed instruction is performed in the context of a method. The main method is the entry point for every C# application, and it's called by the Common Language Runtime, CLR, when the program is started.
Sorry about that. Probably you heard both desktop and microphone. Okay, I have put my earphones on, so I am going to make it read again.
A method is a code block that contains a series of statements. A program causes the statements to be executed by calling the method and specifying any required method arguments. In C#, every executed instruction is performed in the context of a method. The main method is the entry point for every C# application, and it's called by the Common Language Runtime, CLR, when the program is started.
So what does this mean? A method is a code block that contains series of statements. In this case, this is our main method, which is called when the application is first started. Okay, so first method called is main. In this main method, another method is called. Which one is it? Yes, it is console write line. So console is a class of system library, a namespace, and inside this console class, we are calling WriteLine method. What does this WriteLine method do? When I hover it, I see that writes the specified string value followed by the current line terminator to the standard output. Okay, so this is what does WriteLine method do. WriteLine method takes some arguments. Okay, which arguments does it take? When I delete the bracket and one second, my girl again. So I want to see what type of inputs I can provide to the console.WriteLine method. When I click here like this, you see it shows 18 input types that it can take. Okay. So a method is code block that contains a series of statements. Okay, sorry about that. So I want to see what and let's read this. And specifying any required method arguments. So WriteLine method can take 18 arguments, which are let's see every one of them. To see argument types that it can take, I am deleting the bracket and opening it again, so it shows every one of type the arguments it can take. It can take empty arguments, so if you don't provide anything, it just writes an empty line. Let's try it. I'm providing nothing. Okay, and then I'm going to provide string. Okay, so this is string. Strings are always starting with double quote and ending with double quote. So if you want to make something with a string starts with double quote and ends with quote. When you call a method, it always starts with a bracket and ends with a bracket. Okay. So I am providing a string data type, and what other parameters it can take. I am copying and pasting this and opening the bracket. Okay, so we have provided nothing and we have provided string. Okay, bool value. So what is bool type? Bool is a type that can be true or false. So I am going to provide bool value. How am I going to do that? I'm going to say I am providing bool value and I'm writing like this plus just let's first define a bool value. To compose a bool value, I'm going to type bool my bool value equal to true. So this is a boolean value. A bool value can be only true or false. It's a struct type. Okay, we will see more about them, and I'm going to edit like this. So what does this plus mean? This plus is a string operator, which is concatenating string and another string. In this case, I am concatenating string with an object. The object here is bool value, so it will be converted to string. And let's start our application to see. I can hit F5 button or click here or click here. I'm going to use here. So you see it is saying I am providing string data type here. I didn't provide anything here, so it is just an empty line. And here I have provided boolean value which was true, so it has converted true into the string as true. Okay, so here we are using WriteLine method. What does that mean? That means that it writes the provided data to the console and then ends that line and make the cursor start from the next line. I will show that as well. So let's continue. Here I have made string concat operation, string plus operator. So this is a plus operator. Let's go to the next. Okay, one another thing. When you are working with C#, every command ends with semicolon. Okay, so after every command, after calling every method, after defining every data or compose object or class, you have to end it with semicolon. But methods do not end with semicolon when you are constructing them. When you like here, when you are defining a method, it doesn't end with a semicolon. Methods and classes, when you are defining them, not initializing an object of them, they are not ending with semicolon. So you have to stick to the syntax of the programming language strictly for any programming language. And in C#, it is case sensitive. So if you write this code like this, it wouldn't work. You see, now it is underlined with red and it says console does not contain a definition for write line because it is case sensitive and it has to be written exactly like that. And it shows potential fixes. I am clicking that. It says change write line to write line, which is the correct typing of the method. When I click that, it changes it and it fixes the error. Okay. So I'm deleting this bracket and putting it again to see more input types. It is taking a character value. Okay, so let's see what is character type. I am defining it as car, my car, equal to. So when you are defining a character, it is single quote like this. Character has to be exactly a single character. It cannot be more than one character, like this. You see, too many characters in the character litter. Okay. So my character, let's say, I'm going to write it like that again. I'm going to put it like this. Okay, you see character type. Okay, okay. Let's see another input type of input option of write line code. It can take character buffer. Okay, we don't need that at the moment. Decimal value. So what is a decimal value? A decimal value is value that can have after 1000 operator, and it is floating point numeric types. Let's get it read.
The floating point numeric types represent real numbers. All floating point numeric types are value types. They are also simple types and can be initialized with literals. All floating point numeric types support arithmetic, comparison, and equality operators.
Okay, so there are three types of floating point types. Float, which can be in between these ranges and it takes 4 bytes in memory. Double type, which can be in between these ranges, it can take it is 8 bytes. And decimal, which can be between in these ranges and it is 16 bytes. So what differences? The highest number they can represent differences like here, and double can represent more higher number. However, precision is lower than decimal. You see, what does precision mean? Precision means that the number that it can hold after point separator. So let's give some examples. Decimal, my decimal equal to 412 dot. So it says, okay, I have to put, okay, so it is not able to understand this as decimal because by default it is double. To make it understand as a decimal, I am putting M word and this, I'm going to compose a double. Okay, so I have put same number for both of the variables, but there will be a difference. What difference there will be? Precision. What precision mean? Precision is the number that is after 0. Okay, so it already says, okay, let's run it. All right, so this number, I'm going to quit it. I did CTRL-C, printed as this number. You see the precision has significantly lost. After this, all this precision is lost because it can hold maximum like this, a decimal. And let's see in the double case. So this is the original double number, double provided number, and it is printed as like this. So much more precision is lost. Okay, if you need precision higher than they, you need to look for other data types. Okay, so this is the difference. And let's continue what else it can take. Okay, so decimals and all these special keywords are in this special keyword list. Bool, char, decimal, double. Let's look at them if you want. I'm going to open this link. Okay, say it. You see char. Okay, you see double. Okay, you see bool, and you see decimal. All these are special keywords. I'm going to continue to show you more. The console write line. What does it take? Takes float value. Float is same, but it can only hold lesser precision and maximum value. Let's make example of that as well. It will require me to put an F suffix. F suffix means the end character, and my float. Let's see the float value. Let's also increase this maximum value so you will have more understanding. I'm going to increase the maximum like this. Okay, it is already out of range, so not needed. And let's print it. Okay, so the precision of float is the lowest one. I'm going to copy all of this and paste into the here. Okay, so decimal printed as like that, double printed as like this, and float printed as like this. You see the precision has been decreased each time. I can also print their maximum values. How can I do that? I can do that like double max. Let's make it like max value of. I'm going to use another syntax. When we look at the special characters, we saw these two characters, which were dollar and at character. So I'm going to put here a dollar value. When I put dollar value, curly brackets inside string becomes a special character. Okay, so I can write like this. So this will show the max value of a double struct, and let's see max value of float, and let's see max value of. I'm going to put another empty line here. Let's run it. This will put another empty line. This dollar make this a string. Let's show the difference of dollar. When I remove the dollar sign in front of string, this is the beginning of string. See, it became also a string, not a special character anymore. Okay, when I run it, okay, you see now it typed as a string. It typed as a number, it typed as a number, and it typed as a number. So max value of double is this one is written mathematically, okay, without scientific notation. It was written in scientific notation, okay, like this. So apparently this is the way. I will make it right without scientific definition. How can I do that? I will do that as I will convert this value to the string with another format, like, and let's run it. Okay, so max value of double is this one. It looks like doesn't preserve. Okay, this is an overkill for now. We can ignore it. But you get the idea. It is already too big number. Okay, what else there is? Double takes integer value. Integers are 32-bit signed values. So let's type the max value of integer, which is pretty low. Integers, and I'm going to type. Okay, so this is the max value of integer. You can also type integer like this. So when I just type number there, it's automatically integer because it's a let's say integer value. It is not. It doesn't have a floating point. If I type it like this, it becomes a double or double value. Okay. So what else we can write? We can take long value, object value, string value, uint, ulong, string format, and other parameters. You get the idea so far. So this is our main command, main method, and these are the arguments that it can take. You can run this program from command line and provide arguments to it. For this lesson, I will not show that. And this is write line command. Let's see write command of the console. So I'm going to clear console from here. How can I do that? I will show it. Console.clear will clear my console, and I will write another line. Okay, so the console cleared and the new line is written. So I will just show the console.write. What does write do? Writes to the same line. Does not put a new line character and make the console at the beginning of the line. Okay, and I'm going to write another one. I start this. Okay, so you see this line will continue. This will be in the same line. Okay, so what do I need to move to the next line? I can make it like here. So this will link me to the next line. Okay, and let's run it. You see now this is in a new line. Okay, so this is a special character inside string, a special literal in a string that moves our string to the new line. There are also more special literals. C#, let's find them. Okay, string escape sequences. These are all those special characters that behaves different than a regular string. Okay, let's make example of them. So single quote with this one, and this is an escape character. Okay, let's make example. Type like this, however, and I'm going to put here. You may look future. So I want to say a quote from someone. Okay, you see my string is not working anymore. Why? Because C# sees that your string started here and ended here, but it didn't start again here. Okay, so this is a problem for C#. When a string starts with double quote, which is a special escape character, it has to end with a double quote and start again double quote. So to use double quotes in my string, which is a special character, what do I need to do? I need to put an escape character in front of it, which is this one. So I have escaped double quotes. This can be done with this as well, not this one. Okay, this is the only way. So when I run my application, I will see that, you see, I can put now double quotes inside my string. What other special characters there? There are backslash. If you want to put a backslash in your string, so says unrecognized escape sequence. How do I fix that? If I double backslash, it becomes a string literal, but it will be printed only as one because one backslash escapes this escape character. Okay. So what more there is? Okay, these are not very important. Yes, new line. This means when both of these bring together, it becomes a new line. This is carriage return. So what is carriage return? It returns the cursor to the end. There is horizontal tab. Okay, this is important. Let's go horizontal tab. So okay, I want to show you the difference. So this will put a tab character like in a word. Okay, you see these are written like this with just empty character, and these have tab character between them. Okay. So what else there is? There is vertical tab. Let's try that. Vertical tab uses V. Okay, and let's see how it works. So vertical tab is printed like this on console. It may be printed different on another console or WinForm application, and there is some other Unicode escape sequences and others. You will see more of them in the future. And string interpolation, which I was showing you, $, composite string. Yeah, let's show composite formatting. The console write line also formats supports string format. I'm going to string. So let's format a string equal to 0, and so when I print, it will be printed like this. And I will compose a formatted string. So string format takes several different types of arguments. It can take each of these. You see, I will provide string and then objects as arguments. So my string has two arguments. Take the string and I will provide objects. Each one, my school number, let's say it is 250 and my score is 97. Okay, and I will print my formatted string, a string, and let's print it. Console, let's see it. Okay, so base string is my school number is curly brackets 0, my graduation score is curly brackets 1. So format string, my school number is 250, my graduation score is 97. Can I format my string with just one value? Let's try it. And it will throw an error. Exception unhandled. An exception happened because we have done something incorrectly, wrongfully. We provided a format which takes two arguments at least, and we provided only one argument. So it said that index 0 base it must be greater than or equal to 0 or less than the size of the argument list. So this will throw an error. I'm going to comment it, otherwise the software will give error every time, and I'm going to say version 2. For version 2, I will provide many more arguments. So what will happen? Arguments after this will be ignored. So it takes argument index as the index written here. So this is index 0, this is index 0. This is index 1, this is index 1. We will see more about indexes. I'm going to type it between is version 2. So version 2 will be same as version 1 because it will just take the first two values. Okay, and the rest will be ignored. Console write line also provides string format like this. Let's look for the inputs it can take. You see it can take string format and objects as an array. We will see about arrays as well. So my 0, 1, 2. So I have to provide at least 3 arguments, 3 data to this string format, which I will be providing. And let's say, let's run it. It is working. How did it work? It worked because write line has an overload method that accepts string format and object argument. Okay, this is how it worked. I could have used this method as well, this strategy, this approach as well, or I can use this approach as well. These are all features of my console write line method, features of C#. Okay, what else to show there is for this lesson? So let's see about more variable types. And I will be starting from basics to most common data types. Let's say data types. So data types of list. Okay, this is a decent article, recently updated. There are classes and objects. And okay, this is advanced. Okay, let's start with first numeric types. Okay, numerical types. Let's start with that. So I'm going to make it read.
The integral numeric types represent integer numbers. All integral numeric types are value types. They are also simple types and can be initialized with literals. All integral numeric types support arithmetic, bitwise logical, comparison, and equality operators.
So we will have idea about these operators and features. Let's start with S-byte. So S-byte can be between
minus 128 to 127.
So it's a signed 8-bit integer. What does signed mean? Signed means that it can be either positive or negative. Okay, so I will start with an S-byte. I'm going to clear our console. Okay, and we'll just compose an S-byte, and I will make it. Okay, so I can just write an S-byte. This. Oh, no need to write. I will just define the data type so you will know them. Right. It is taking. Let's read it in English. S-byte is a struct type. We will see about them in future. It is int 16. So it uses. It just uses 8-bit memory because it is 8-bit integer, and there is byte equal to, let's say, this is also equal to this. Oh, not this. Okay. There's also 1 byte in memory. Okay. There is short. Let's like. Okay. It can be this. So it takes 2 bytes in memory, 16 bits. This is short is also equal to int. You see, since I didn't type capitalized int, it is giving error. As I said, it is case sensitive. 16 equal to short, and this, let's say, ushort means it is unsigned. I will show you what does unsigned and signed means. We'll see about them. We'll show them. So this is equal to uint equal to short. They are same thing. Uint 16 is same as ushort. Just different notation, nothing else. Okay. Okay, so what else there is? There is integers. So these are integral numeric types. I'm going to show you. Integral means there is no floating numbers. There's no points. Okay, integer, which is one of the most used one. Okay, equal to 4 bytes memory. Integer is equal to int. So they mean the same thing. I can type int 32 instead of integer. It's the same. No difference. And there is uint is unsigned. Okay, uint. There is more long. This it is this one. Signed for integer. It's equal to 8 bytes in memory. Okay, long is equal to. There is okay, long is equal to 4. And there is ulong. So this. So it can be up to this number. This 8 bytes in memory. See, if you use unsigned, it cannot get a negative value. It can only hold positive value. However, the range is doubled because 1 byte is reserved to determine whether that number is positive or negative. I will show that. Okay, so we have shown all of the integral numeric types of C#. I know that you wonder what does this bytes means or bit means. So let's start with a simple example. In computer, everything is stored as zeros and ones. If you have watched previous week video series I have shown you in here, you will have an idea of what I mean. I'm going to open our repository page and let's open our repository. There is an important core computer science playlist and I open this. Requires me download it. I will download it, open it, and when I click this link you will get this channel. Okay, and in this channel they explain this here, numbers and letters with binary. So if you watch this, you will see that how numbers are represented with binary. Okay, and like here. So these numbers are represented like this. It is about base 2. You know the base 10 and base 2. You must have seen them in the mid school and in the high school. Okay, so we represent number 1. Let's start with it. I will start with byte. Is 1 in base 10. Okay, so how we write it in base 2? We write it in base 2 like this. 0, it will be 1 multiply 0 times 0. So this is how it is written in base 2. Okay, and if I want to write number 2, I write it like this in base 2. And number 2 is what it is equal to. So we can write it as in 8-bit 0 0 0. Write it in 8-bit 0 0 0 0 0 1. So you see I have 8 bits. Each bit can be either 0 or 1, which are why 0 or 1? Because CPUs or RAM memories are composed of transistors. If you watch these video series, you will understand them better, but I am trying to explain it to you with the most basic way. So computers are composed of transistors, and transistors hold data either they are 0 or 1. So basically everything we see on the computer, everything we do on the computer are zeros and one. It is hard to explain in a short time. That is why I am telling you to watch this video series to understand that. You see they have made many video series just to explain what are these. So and each transistor is called as bits, or let's say, yeah, we may say that. So 8-bit is 8 zeros or ones, and this is how number 1 is represented in base 2. Why base 2? Because in base 2 there are two numbers. Okay, 0 or 1. In base 0 or 1, 0. In base 4 there are four numbers: 0, 1, 2, 4. So this is how it is. I think you know this from math lessons, math courses you have taken. So in base 10 there are 10 numbers, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Starts from 0. So this is in base. So each bit is in base 2. They can be like this. So this is what is taken in memory. I bet you know that you have 4 gigabyte of RAM memory. You heard that. So 4 gigabyte RAM memory. Let's start split it. Equal to 4 plus megabytes equals to 4 plus kilobytes equals to 4 plus bytes equals to 4 plus. Let's calculate this for you. Let's hold it with unsigned in. or in, this is where the operation overflows at compile time in checked operation. What does I am first time seeing this error. Interesting. Okay, I know the reason. Probably each one of these is taken into consideration as integer. So to fix that, I'm going to add this literal. This literal means that it is 64-bit integer, not 32-bit integer. And just let's write line equal to, so 4 gigabytes RAM memory is equal to this number of bits. So this is this amount of bytes. So when we multiply this number of bytes with bits, I will just do it for you. Plus 8. You see this number. This is the number written on our. So 1 byte is equal to 8 bit. Let's write it here and so on. You can look for about yes. Okay, there are numbers here. You can learn more about them in here. I'm going to put that. Okay, so 2 is equal to in base 2, which is this, and it is written as 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, and let's say number 13 is equal to, or let's say number 2 is equal to base 2. We will calculate it. Can be like this: 2 over 5 plus 2 over 1. Right? So what will it be? It will be 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, let's see if we written it correctly. So this is 2 over 1, 2 over 2, 2 over 3, 2 over 4, 2 over 5. Okay, this one. So this is how it is written in these two. It's y. First is 2 over 0. Second is 2 over 1. Okay, the third is, so it is actually equals to 0 over 2 over 0 plus 1 2 over 1 plus 0 2 over 2 and plus this and 2 over 3 parentheses. So this 0 is this 0, this 1 is this 1, this 0 is this 0. Try to understand this. This is some basic of computer science, and this 0 is the third 0, 2 over 2, this 0, 2 over 3 plus, and this 0 is 2 over 4, and this one is here, 2 over 5, it continues, and 2 over 6, and 2 over 7. So what can we write maximum? We can write maximum 8-bit number is equal to 111111, which is equal to 1 over 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, and which is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 16 plus 2 plus 6. So it's equal to how much? Yes, it is equal to max of unsigned integers. Oh, here, and so this is this is and this is this, and this is, so it is equal to 205. To make it signed, we have to use bit for to determine sign. So in signed, this would be equal to, in signed mode. Okay, so 1 is negative, 0 is positive. The first left mode indicates the sign. Let's type it like this. So in signed mode, this is this, and in signed mode, this is this one. That is why short is up to this with 2 bytes, 16 bits, and integer is this. I will show you an example in a better way. Okay, let's say unique number equal to, I will convert this to base 2. Let's type it like this. Oh, not uint, too long. Okay, like, and I'm going to base 10 number to base 2 bits. Okay, like this, and I can write the 2 plus string, and I'm going to type the base. So yes, it be like this, sharp value to, okay, like this. String work, why it is not wrong method? Okay, like this. Yeah, so I have explicitly defined the type of these numbers. This is explicit definition, and when I run the code, Okay, you see this number is represented like this. How many characters there are? There are exactly 4. Let's make more examples if you want. I will show each type. Short number 1 is, let's say, 3. Oh, there were number 1 is short. So short is actually in 16. I will make it 16. You see now this is just a string, so I put dollar of front of it and it is written like that. And I'm going to use both works because they are both same and 16, and then I'm going to provide in 13 variable 2. It will cause problems. I'm going to type it as 13 or int, and now we will see both of them. Okay, so int 64 is written like this, int 16 is like, and int 32 is like this. Why? Because it reduces the remaining zeros from the screen. So let's make it in max value. Let's make max value, and when I run, you see all are here. Oh, I had to use this one here, otherwise it wouldn't work. Expected. So I will write the length of these numbers. How am I going to do that? I am going to make it at length equal to plus length. Since this is a string, I can get length of it. Okay, so I am composing a string and getting length. Let's make it this and get length. Okay, so we will see how many bits they are taking. Okay, length is 636 bits and length is 15 bits. Why? Because it is signed, and length is 31 bits because it is signed. The first letter is 0, 0, and the rest of the letters are not written here. I can make it, if I make it a maximum number, let's make it maximum number, max, so it will be like here. Okay, so now the length is 64 bit because since it is, let's say it is signed, it is also, oh, in C sharp, I guess the first number is 1 for positive numbers, not 0. Oh, this is weird. Because this is 64 and these are 15. And so for U long, it is only 1, I guess. Yeah. Oh, it is 64 bit because it is U long. What was the U mean? U meant that it is unsigned. Since it is unsigned, it is 60. If it was signed, it will be 63. Let's try with signed number, and I will signed number. You will get it. And okay, this will be 63 characters, 63 bits because it is signed. Okay, yes, you see it is signed 63 bit. Okay, so unsigned was this, the double of. Okay, so you should make practice about this and understand it. Try to understand so far what we have shown in this lesson. Don't be afraid as we progress through courses, through lectures, you will understand much more. So please watch this video at least 2 times. Try to understand everything we have shown here. And we have shown link format, bit, byte, gigabyte, etc. of bits. Okay, what else we have shown? Short, in, by, what else for? By the way, these ints are all capitalized. It matters. You have to type exactly. Oh, not capitalized. Otherwise, you would get error. These are important. It's long for. Okay, and yeah. For example, what is the representation of base 5? How do we represent number 12 in base 5? We represent it like, how do we represent it? Actually, we can't represent number 12 in base 5 because it is not a factor of base 5. However, we can represent number 30 in base 5. How will it be? It would be like this. Let's say 8 bits and 1 and 1. Y would be equal to 5, 1. Oh, wait. I'm getting confused here. So how do I represent number 12 in base 5? I can represent it, of course. I have 5 numbers to use, available numbers. Numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how do I represent? I represent it as 2 plus right? It would be 2, and it would be 0, 0, 2, I mean 0, 0. Why? Because it would mean 0.553 plus 502 plus 2, 501 plus 2, 5, which would mean 0 plus 0 plus, and you see, this is how we represent numbers in different bases, and everything in computer science, in computers, represented as binary in the base. That is how bits and bytes are composed. I am repeating again to watch. Computer science playlist. It will help you tremendously, believe me. So please watch this video series entirely at least 2 times. It is better for you, better for me. Okay. And so for this course, I think this is enough. We will continue next week. So this is same as start debugging at 5. Okay. Please watch this lesson 2 times. This is your most important course that you will take in software engineering. Believe me, you will build everything on top of this course, on top of introduction to programming. So you have to learn this course perfectly to become a good software engineer. Okay, I'm uploading everything to the our GitHub repository, so you can download this at your home. I will show it to you right now in a moment. So when I type, it says there is lectures. I'm adding it. This is git bash source code upload. Now the files, the code we have written is uploaded to our GitHub repository. Let's open it. I'm going to open it, and you see introduction to programming updated 12 seconds ago. You see the lecture has arrived here. You can look from this window. When I click the program CS, I will see the source code. You see like this. To download it, you can download entire project. Okay, like this, download as zip. Okay, it will download. You can open the zip file as right click, extract, and inside that you will see the lectures. See, okay, and you can open from here. Alternatively, you can install Git Bash software and click this to copy the URL of the copy URL here. Open your Git Bash. When I type bash, you see. And let's say I'm going to compose here a temp folder. Okay, cd desktop, cd temp, git clone repository, and it will clone the entire repository into this. You will get the latest version of the. Okay, from here you can see all the source code downloaded to my screen. All right. See you later. Hopefully, stay safe. Be aware of COVID-19. All right.